Click Stuff is brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama. Check them out at luckydicecafe.com.
Welcome to Click Stuff.
Hey everybody, welcome to Click Stuff today. This is your host Daniel Powell speaking. Just want to let everyone know that Click Stuff is brought to you by TrollandToad.com. Find HeroClix new and old at TrollandToad.com, the world's largest HeroClix retailer. Save 5% off your order of HeroClix when you use coupon code ClickStuff at checkout. Merchant and pre-order items do not apply. Shop TrollandToad.com for all your HeroClix needs. And if you like what you're hearing today on ClickStuff, check us out at patreon.com/ClickStuff. We would appreciate any support. $1 and above gets entered into our giveaway. $5 and above gets entered into our Discord server and exclusive HeroClix classes. We also have a giveaway going on our Facebook page, sponsored by TrollandToad.com. It's a $50 web credit. 3 ways to enter: become a new subscriber to our YouTube page, comment an unclicked WWE figure that you would like to see made, or be a member of our Patreon. So, appreciate all you folks and appreciate a wonderful 2019 with all of our Clicked Off listeners. And joining me today is Jason. Is correct that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, Alvy.
What's up?
And Tyler is wrong that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, Spees.
I take issue with that with that characterization.
This is a widely known fact, Tyler. Why are you?
No, it's a widely disputed fact, Jason.
No,
it came out
that's
in
not
July.
correct. Release date and time does not necessarily make it not a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
The setting is at Christmas time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Passion of the Christ is a Christmas movie then.
Well, it should be.
It's not. The premise has nothing to do with Christmas. It's mentioned once when they're at a party. It's not a Christmas movie. They don't even keep mentioning it.
Don't be a Grinch, Tyler.
Oh.
Don't be a Grinch.
I am so full of holiday spirit, singing Christmas carols all day. I am not watching Die Hard.
All right, here we go. Okay. Why Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Oh my God.
Okay, Die Hard is about an estranged family where the dad is trying to make it home for the holidays on Christmas Eve.
Uh-huh.
That is like the standard holiday movie formula.
Yeah, and then
there is a greedy, Grinchy villain.
No.
The dialogue is full of ironic Christmas references.
Barely. I will not be swayed. It's not a Christmas movie.
There's an anti-consumer capitalist message.
Okay, I feel like we're reaching now. It's fine.
Okay. McClane's wife is named freaking Holly.
Oh, no. 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 Okay.
McClane learns the spirit of Christmas.
It does it even mention that at the end? Is there does he put on like a Santa hat or something? No, it's just like a standard action movie ending. That's it.
So you have he has clearly sacrificed for the community and the family. You also want presents opened? McClane's gun is wrapped with Christmas tape on his back before giving a bullet to Hans.
Oh my God. Okay.
You want some religion? McClane is victorious after praying for help. Plus, he shouts Jesus Christ repeatedly throughout the film.
Okay. If you have to reach this far, my point is proven. It is a standard, it's a great movie. It's just a standard action movie.
It snows at the end of the movie in L.A.
All right, that's the first good point. I'll give that to you.
That's a Christmas miracle, Tyler.
There is a stuck in the chimney scene.
No, he was in an air duct.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Not
So
chimney.
it's stuck in a chimney in air quotes. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one. I will not be
Probably.
swayed on this point.
Okay. Well,
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
that's right.
Oh, we
Yeah,
gotta
my
get
Christmas-
our swear word in, so it's not for kids.
Yeah. Right. Yes. The podcast has no visuals. I think they're worried about visuals. So every time we record a video, we're gonna have to just keep a
Middle
like
finger.
a bottle of Bud Light in the corner.
There we go.
So
You should get sponsored by Bud Light. That'd be cool.
I don't know. Can we
I don't
shoot for a
like
little
it.
bit better? Can we shoot for one
Rheingeist.
better?
We could do Rheingeist.
I wouldn't. The bourbon distillers have all the money.
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
So Woodford, if you guys are looking for a podcast to sponsor, hit us up.
I'd even change to a bourbon podcast if they want to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe 50-50.
Yeah, bourbon click.
I'll have to sit those episodes out.
Well, you don't like bourbon?
I'm not really a drinker.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Jason has to keep us in line most of the time.
Yeah, I have to play the dad most of the time.
Yeah.
While they're busy getting drunk off moonshine pickles and whatnot. So yeah.
Those are pretty good.
So
I remember. Yeah.
So today we are here to talk about our year-end awards. I think this is our 5th annual year-end awards, fourth year into year awards at least.
Wow.
Should be our 5th annual one.
Yeah, so we've been doing this quite a while. We're certainly appreciative of all the other HeroClix groups that fired up end-of-year polls as well. So welcome aboard to the fun of end-of-year polls. They're awesome. Yep. So I think we're going to talk about the winners of each of our polls, kind of the same things we do every year. And then we'll talk about whether or not we personally agree or disagree with those results and why. So let's just jump right in with I think something that none of us would dispute here on the podcast. Congratulations to Isaac Berkowitz for being Player of the Year.
Yeah, it wasn't even worth
Yep.
the pull up.
Yeah, not even worth a poll. You win Nationals in 2018. You win Worlds in 2019.
At 14 or 13? I don't know.
13, 12, 13, 14, wherever you're at, my dude.
Yep.
You're awesome. So, it's one of those things. I wish I was that focused at 13.
Yeah, I was playing at 13. I think that's when I started. I was awful.
Yeah.
HeroClix didn't exist when I was 13. So yeah.
I didn't even know the rules. We were just like I had 10 figures and we would just like draft them and not care about point values or anything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, well, let's jump right into our 2019 best standard sculpt. So that's on a 1x1 base. The winner of the poll by 1 vote was Captain Venom.
I'm so glad it edged it out. I don't know. I agree wholeheartedly with this one. The star's cool, but it's not like super crazy or anything. I didn't think it'd be this close.
Well, I think
Boo.
that I voted for Storm.
Yeah.
I voted for Storm as well.
Suck it. Vote for Cap Venom.
Yeah, I mean, Cap Venom is just so. I think what may have gives him a lot of votes too is that I think when folks vote for these things, they also vote for kind of like their favorite, their use and their favorite character.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
So not only did like Storm look good, but we've been waiting for Asgard Storm for like, I think Jeremiah said like 7 years, 6 years.
That's fair.
So
I don't know. Might be a little. I think Barbatos is way cooler than her too. Barbatos is like sick.
Yeah.
Barbatos is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I see that Diaper Hulk from Earth X got a vote.
Yeah, I mean, I think like if I'm just thinking just strictly
He was cool.
sculpt, I'm thinking like strictly sculpt. Like, yeah, that Hulk is really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody ever used him.
Yeah, but and the same thing with like
Hey,
Devastator
he was
is
awesome
on here.
and sealed.
Yeah.
Well, like Devastator is on here too. And I'm like, man, is a really good sculpt. But dang, and man, it's like I can't vote for something that's completely unplayable.
Garbage, yeah. That's fair.
In the realm of competitive HeroClix. Asterisk.
I'm sad Flex Metallo didn't get more votes.
Well, I think Flex Metallo may have gotten.
Cool.
Flex Metallo may have won. He may have gotten all the wrestler votes.
Oh.
But we got wrestlers this year.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true.
So there was like 23 or 24 votes that went to wrestlers that probably would have went to Flex otherwise.
That's fair.
Yeah, Kane got 9 votes.
Yep, Kane was the highest.
Andre the Giant got 1. Triple H got 1. So I think 11 votes for wrestlers.
Yeah. So, all right, next up is best 2x2 sculpt. So, this one was not a runaway either. Edging out 63 to 57 votes, the Mammoth Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I was surprised it was that close. I thought that thing would just take it away.
Well, the Phoenix has got a lot of detail in it.
Yeah, it does look. It's pretty sick too.
But
yeah,
I mean, Ghost Rider is the freaking Ghost Rider woolly mammoth.
On fire. Yeah, the whole thing's on fire. That poor mammoth. I never thought about that. Is that thing alive?
No, it's probably dead.
Yeah. It's not a skeleton.
Yeah.
Sad.
Like, I think when the Ghost Rider in the comics did the Celestial Husk, it was a dead Celestial, so...
Oh, okay.
So I imagine the women...
I mean, it's Mystical Flame. Yeah, it's Mystical Flame. It's not like he's on fire.
Yeah.
It only burns the souls of the unrepentant.
That's right. Sinners beware.
I'm surprised Iceman didn't get a little more. It's freaking Voltron, man.
I think the sculpt itself is cool, but if I think of like what gets my vote for a sculpt, there's got to be the fact that the mold looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so Voltron Iceman looks cool as a mold, but like the paint job from the factory and the kind of details in the mold,
a little bland, I guess.
Yeah, it was bland, right? So it has to be dynamic. So Ghost Rider was certainly the most dynamic of all of the sculpts.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I agree with them. I mean, it should win. I agree with that.
Yeah. I do like that Krakoa got 8 votes.
I hate that thing. I do not like Krakoa at all.
Yeah, it's not that great.
No.
Do we think there's anything on here that should have gotten a vote that didn't? Mojo didn't even make the list by anybody.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He's got 9 votes.
9 votes?
Oh, never mind. He got 9 votes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got to add more options.
Was there any Colossals that didn't get a vote? Like the Blue Phoenix? I mean, I can see that one.
Yeah, Blue Phoenix.
Wendigo. Nobody voted for Wendigo. That's very surprising. I think Wendigo's a pretty cool sculpt.
It is.
Yeah, he is pretty dynamic, but I just don't... I think he just falls to the Voltron thing, too, really.
Yeah, I agree. It's just surprising that he didn't get any votes.
Right.
Flaming sculpts are just cool.
Yeah, translucent. People like translucent stuff.
Yeah. And I would say...
translucent orange plastic is just cool.
And I would say, just as a reminder, our polls have always been figures released in that calendar year.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I mean, Iceman has already won a previous year's Best Sculpt award anyway.
Oh, that's true.
So don't feel bad for him.
Iceman was cool.
Oh, did he win Did he win when he was out in UXM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a cool one.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So up next is 2019 Best Equipment. And it's the Reality Gym with a whopping 41 votes over the next one getting 13.
Yeah. It was a runaway.
Now, the only thing I didn't see on here was the Remaker ring.
I don't think that was released in 2019, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Whoops.
I'm surprised the Reality Gem went that far. It's a good.
Well,
I know it's Perplex, and that's amazing.
And
but,
TK.
Yeah. That's true. That's a big deal too.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I could see it.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, it just gives so many teams that didn't have access to TK.
Yeah. I feel like people are undervaluing Nightbringer again.
Well, so the thing is with Nightbringer, I think in general is that it's only good if the meta is range heavy, and the meta is so
Not.
Yeah, so not it's close combat heavy right now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's fair. I was mainly thinking for the Outwit, but Unseen's still out there too.
What do you mean with Outwit and the Nightbringer? Right?
Protecting you from Outwit.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, like, unfortunately, like I'm getting like back into fighting shape with Uni for nationals at this point, because of the last 6 months with having a new kiddo, and like Outwit hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, it's definitely fallen. Just probably because people have been so used to 90% of the figures having Power Cosmic within the last 6 months.
Right. Well, it's not so much that. So it's just the volume of close combat attacks is relevant.
Yeah.
So, between Wolverines and Wendigos, it's just so much close combat coming at you these days.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think I would support the Reality Gym.
Yeah, it gives you 2 powers, where all the other ones give you 1 for 10 points. Like 1.5, maybe.
Yeah. What do you think, Jason?
No, I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
They're all good, but I mean that one's pretty good. Probably better just overall.
It's definitely the most used too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the other one was the that didn't make the list. That was really relevant was the nope. Hold on, that was Nightbringer. Never mind. The Smoke Cloud one.
Perplex is just universally good.
Yep.
Yeah. Now the Cosmic Cube is one I was actually thinking of, but it just comes equipped with Kobik. So
Yeah, so it's less versatile.
Yeah, and like none of the gauntlets have made an impact really.
No.
Yeah, they just cost too much.
Except when Tyler starts playing Red Skull.
That's right. It's coming. 2020 year Red Skull, baby.
Just do it. Quit talking about it. Just do it.
I'll have to think about that for a little bit.
Put your money where your mouth is.
How much you could call in 200-point IDs? Then it'd be real good.
You can't, can you? Isn't he 185 and 15?
Yeah.
So I mean, 185 calls in everything that you need except for Magneto.
Wasn't there other stuff?
No, I think what is it? Iceman, Big Storm, both Big Storms.
180, yeah.
And Magneto's the only other one at 200.
Oh yeah, but there was 2 Magnetos. There was the Retail and the Phoenix Force one.
Well, the Phoenix Force one you have to call out at 150, I think.
No, it's 125, 200, 250.
Okay, so it's really the Retail one at 200 that I think is the big deal if you get that sweet spot.
That's true.
So, 2019 best map. With a runaway win is Iron Avengers Assemble.
Yeah,
I think it's had the best consolation for a non-theme team, universally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, man, for being this far of a runaway, it's not. I've played on it like twice ever. You know what I mean?
It says the man that runs a plus 9
think
theme
King's
team
Tomb
all
is
the
just
time.
King's
Well, that's
Tomb is
fair.
just
That is fair.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Now, what
People
I
are
would
just voting
say,
for it for the consolation, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
not for the
so.
terrain itself. I don't think.
yeah. So I think what's relevant there,
If you're talking about just map terrain, King's Tomb, I think is definitely the one.
right? Yeah, I think what's relevant there is that it's 2019 only maps.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, obviously, like Star Trek Underground or Rock Underground or Strange Day at the Park or
Muck Time.
Muck Time. Those are way more popular maps right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of even some of the other ones like Bifrost.
Oh yeah.
Those are still really popular maps that I play on all the time, but those weren't 2019 maps.
Mm-hmm.
I think King's Tomb is the rightful owner of like the Gatekeeper map.
I hate King's Tomb.
I know you do. But like Iron Avengers Assemble is probably the most useful map for any other team, and it's a good balance between like Rock Under or like a Star Trek Underground, Rock Underground.
Yeah, it is. It's really restrictive indoor map, which is good.
Yeah.
Like it is a good map. I agree.
I'm surprised WWE Arena got so many votes.
Dude, I like that map. It's like, isn't there no like hindering or anything in it? It's just obscuring.
I think it's just like, yeah, I guess. I haven't even I couldn't tell you what it even looks like. I haven't played on it.
I think it's just entirely clear except for like a bunch of obscuring terrain. Because I think there's like a fog machine or something. I don't know. I don't know why it's obscuring, but it is. But yeah. I'm not a big map guy, so I don't really have a horse in this race.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge map guy, and I think it's pretty spot on.
Okay. Makes sense.
So, best figure 1 point to 30 points. So this would be everything released in 2019 and could include 2x2s and 1x1.
Mm-hmm.
The winner is 69 votes, Giggity, to 30 votes, Wendigo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's everywhere right now. I wish I would have counted how many were at Chicago, but it was probably over 30 in a field of 30 something.
Yeah, there was a bunch.
Yeah. So.
And I think Q
you can't play just
Prime.
one.
Q Prime
Haven't played
got 30
multiple, right?
votes. What'd you say, Jason?
I said you can't play just one. You got to play multiples. It's
That's
just more
right.
fun.
Yeah.
I think 3 is the sweet spot.
Yeah, like 3.
Or 18, whatever.
Sure.
Or yeah.
So I think
Or 20.
Or 20, yeah. But I think what comes into play there is that folks may inherently realize that, or maybe not subconsciously know that Q Prime is better, but since they can't afford a $300 figure, they haven't been able to actually play with him himself. Or even play against it. Because you got to think there's probably entire play groups that have never even seen a Q Prime.
Yeah, that's fair. He's definitely super. Like, if you don't have a way to deal with him, he feels just awful to play against. Like, super,
Right.
super oppressive. But maybe it's just because people, like, since there were so many are taking against him now, he's just not played that much anymore. I think I only saw like 2 in Chicago.
Yeah,
like,
I think I'm going to go ahead and make a slight prediction for the last half of 2020.
The last half of 2020.
So after post-retirement 2020,
Mhm.
Q Prime at 175 could be playable.
I agree with that.
Now, that's just a prediction. There's like 4 HeroClix sets to come out between now and then, so
Yeah.
I could be completely wrong.
He's good enough. I agree. I don't want it to happen because it'd be super fucking annoying.
Yeah. Hey, I almost when I played against your Whales, I almost beat them.
Yeah, I got super lucky like the last roll or something, or you got super unlucky, one of the two.
Yeah, I couldn't break away to pulse wave something to death.
That's what it was.
And I would have won otherwise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was just like, okay, well, you were just missing normally, but I was like, all right, here's a 3, and you're like, I rolled a 3, and I'm like, you missed Q. Tee.
No. Now I have mojo. Now I am safe in the queue.
Somewhat. If they let you do it.
Yeah, fair.
Well, you're not safe for 175 Q.
No, I'm not. I don't know what the hell I'd do against that.
Yeah, you just deal 1 damage to him with chamber.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any. We'll have to think about that.
So best figure 31 through 74 points, and this is one I can't agree with.
You can't?
No, Mr. Oz won at 48 votes.
Yeah, man. Mr. Oz is
Yeah,
awesome.
that kind of surprised me too.
Mr. Oz is awesome. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, he's great. But
you tell me he's better than Gardner?
He's definitely more versatile than Gardner. He goes on more teams.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
But yeah, Mr. Oz, I see him on way more teams than Gardner. Gardner always has teams built around him. Mr. Oz goes on most Alpha Strike teams. He goes on the Thanos team a lot of times, the Ultra Chase, obviously any Cosmic team. Yeah, I see him. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'm just thinking of what we got with Worlds.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like top 8. There was like 6 Gardeners.
Was there?
No, there was at least 4.
Okay.
Because there was Isaac, Dustin, and then Robert that got second.
Mm-hmm. Then it was me and Lucas.
We were the 3 that were out. We were not that, and
Yeah.
then Easton didn't either, so that was 4. But
we're gonna piss somebody off. I don't remember.
I know. So no, hold on. It was 4. There was one more person. There was just one person that we're forgetting.
I lost to Easton.
And I lost to Robert.
Dustin beat Lucas.
LT, yes. Easton beat you.
Patrick?
Was Patrick in top 8? He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Pretty sure he was.
So there was 3. There was 3 Gardeners in top 8.
How many Mr. Oz's? Easton had Mr. Oz. Patrick.
No,
Easton.
Neither one of them had Mr. Oz. There were no Mr. Oz's in the top 8.
Oh, you're right. Easton didn't have him.
Right.
He had Trader with Reality, or not Trader. Unseen with Reality.
Unseen. He played Unseen and then Q, and then like 4 Floras, and a group.
Mm-hmm. Beat me twice.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's considering how low Trader and Gardner got. I mean, they were number 2 and 3, but dang, they were so far behind at 2 and 3.
That's fair. I mean, they were watch listed, so yeah, it's fair that they should probably be higher.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it. Mr. Oz is also a pretty cool character in the comics too.
Yeah, that's true.
I haven't read them fully yet, but I've done some like Wikipedia searches.
That's right, man.
The correct kind of them, not the Iron Point.
Uh-huh.
So you've been doing it correctly, just FYI.
They're triple stars.
Let's see. Best figure 75 to 124. This one I kind of fully agree with. Yep. Kobik at 51 votes.
Yep.
Jason Weingard at second, and then Black Adam and Astronomer.
Yeah.
Those all feel pretty good.
Jason Weingard is higher than I would have expected, just because he hasn't really had a showing. The only, I'm sure other people played him, but the big one obviously is PJ and Adam. We're hyping him up in Chicago.
Well, yeah, I mean PJ played.
Yeah, he's hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's hot with two of him together. It's crazy.
Have you not seen many people are asking for it or trying to trade and buy him right now on the forums? Like, he's just hot right now.
And he deserves it. He is really, really good.
Yeah.
He has access to like all kinds of powers with his trait. Like, just everything about him is good. There's like so many different things. He has global leadership just for no reason, and it's just awesome. So 2 of them with global leadership, it's just like crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely agree with his hype. Mm-hmm. I mean, and he's making results already.
Right.
I mean, not like the results that we expect, but it's
we got 2 years of him at least, so
yeah,
we'll be seeing him for 2 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that work against him, but there's also a lot of things that work for him. I think once again, stealth becomes a big deal after retirement and after Uni retires.
Yeah, stealth is definitely his Achilles heel, but we have a ring for that if it becomes too big of a deal. It just right now it's in that sort of weird spot where it's kind of a problem for him, but it's not really worth taking in the ring right now. Or maybe it is, but then you're sacrificing stuff.
Right. Oh man, I didn't realize he had Brotherhood of Mutants.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play him with Juggernaut, Tyler? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't think that's that good. I think the Hellfire is the more important one.
That's Ruler's also important.
Ruler is very important. Ruler just gets better and better.
But yeah, I mean, I think Kobik will be the gatekeeper until the day she retires. At this point.
Yeah, I mean,
she doesn't need Trader necessarily. She works really good with Trader, but
she's just super solid in a realm of ID cards.
Mm-hmm. And again, I'll keep saying this until I don't know the end of time. She is really good with the orange cube.
Yeah, I agree with that it should be utilized more.
Now, I mean, I've done the thing, right? I've played her with the blue cube. The blue cube's obviously the more powerful play.
Mm-hmm.
But worst case, someone gives you a 20 defense and you get stealth.
Or any other power you need.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying if you're choosing defensively like turn 1 or 2, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna give me the one of the 4, mm-hmm. and they're like, well, I'll give you +1 defense. You're like, well, I choose stealth.
Yep.
Or
and
if they're like
Black Sir 21.
Right, or if they're like, okay, well, I'll give you speed, then you're like, okay, I choose, energy shield deflection or
impervious.
But like if you're facing like Jason, Weingard, you do energy shield, so she's a 22, right? So Jason now has to start out overcoming an 11 or a 22.
Yep. Yeah, she's really good, and pick power's just good. Like sometimes you need an extra wit, sometimes right.
Mm-hmm.
And you still have access to mind control if you want it. Stealth is good.
Yep, absolutely.
She's really good.
Jason, do you have any thoughts? No, I haven't played Clicks in 6 weeks, so I'm just going to agree with whatever you guys said. I don't have no idea.
We're going to play this upcoming week, Jason.
That's right.
I haven't had to play Jason Weingard or even seen anybody play him, so I have, yeah.
He's really
Kovik's
good.
really great though. Yeah.
We're gonna play him
We
this
all
week.
know that.
We're gonna play. Let's play this. Play it this week, Jason.
Mojo only got 2 votes. I was sad about that.
I know. I saw that.
That's okay. We'll just keep him to ourselves, Tyler.
I don't know. I think the secret's out. There was like 4 of them in Chicago.
I tell you. No, I mean, so
We're trendsetters.
should we take a meta aside for a moment?
What?
Like go down the street of Meta Drive.
In what regard?
It's a Top Gear reference. It's a stretch of a reference, but
I don't watch Top Gear.
oh man, you're missing out. So I think the days of the big retail theme are coming to an end.
I disagree. I think this is an overreaction.
So between Wineguard and Iceman, the matchups become considerably harder than they used to be.
That I agree with. They are harder. Iceman is something you have to watch out for. And I think if you are unpracticed with a team similar like to mine or to LTVH's Tri-Sentinels or something like that, you're going to lose to Iceman. Like, it definitely requires a lot of thought that you can't do the first time you see it. But I do think that you're able to play around it. But I could be wrong. We'll see. I lost to Iceman twice in Chicago, so.
Yeah. Well, and now I'm playing Iceman, and I beat you without Iceman once.
True. It does make the matchup harder.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, in your situation, like, with the whales, if you move out, and they have the ability to call out Iceman, kill Mojo, and your 3 Wendigos,
yeah,
or, like, that's real bad. Like, you've lost turn 1. But, so the give up there is you then run into you can't be as aggressive with your team, which that's like the antithesis of what your team does.
Yeah. I think there's ways to do it, to move up against Iceman where I don't lose my Mojo or my whales, and then obviously Surtur and Groot will be in first round immunity, to where it's probably not worth it for them to Iceman me the first turn.
Well, I think in general is if your Mojo breaks first round immunity, and your Wendigos break first round immunity, then Iceman's worth it.
What if it's just 2 Wendigos?
And Mojo? It has to be Mojo.
Yeah, but you can't kill Mojo with most teams.
Well, so you can put 2 perplexes into his damage and outwit his invuln.
Yeah, I just think that's hard to do.
Well, I mean, he's It depends on map, right? It depends on where you take it. It depends on where you position it. Like,
yeah, I just think there's ways to defend it.
I think if you're not getting as close with your team turn 1, then.
Well, the key thing is I don't have to get close with Mojo, right? And then you can't outwit him.
Well, so then in general, I think what I would do. I'm just telling you how I've teched against your team. Is that turn 1 I kill your seals instead.
Yeah.
And I waste whatever resources that takes. Right? If that's 3 points or a 5-point ID, it just happens. Right? I have to just accept that loss. Right?
Yeah.
And so that you can't voop your Mojo. So as long as you're not being able to quake me with your whales, or shoot me or throw the lights with the seals, then turn 2, I can go in and kill your Mojo, or at least kill all your Wendigos, kill your retail, and then wound Mojo, so you're left with 2 whales and a Mojo.
Yeah, I think it's too much. There's too many variables to talk out, but on my team, turn 1 and turn 2, the game's over. The game's decided in turn 1 and turn 2 most of the time.
Right.
95% of the time is the first 2 turns are it. So I would agree with that if you can manage to do that, right? That's it. You're trying to do it. I'm trying to stop you. So.
Right.
But I don't think it's 100% over. You know what I mean? I don't like.
Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah, again, I don't think it's 100% over, but I think that there's a lot of the math is not really as straightforward for you as it used to be.
Yeah. Obviously. Okay.
Or even the math for, like, say, LTVH with his Sentinel Wendigo team.
Yeah, because it definitely affects that too.
Right. So maybe you should see if you can play on the Ancient Hold.
Yeah. No. Wait. Why? Just to stop
Iceman.
line of fires? Will that stop Iceman?
It does because there's enough blocking to.
The placement's weird, yeah, with the charges.
To block his movement, right? So, like, if you just take a wide open map, his Giant Reach 3 comes into play a lot, like, say, on Iceberg Lounge. True. But if you can get the placement to work out for you on Ancient Hold,
yeah,
then that's where you can probably stop Iceman for the most part.
Or maybe just go old school and have to tech in a Professor X again for, like, a turn of shape change. That could be something that happens.
That's true.
But yeah, it's good. Meta, affecting meta circles.
Yep. All right. So, only Iceman at 100, though.
Yeah. He's good at 15, just not that good against Colossals.
Right. So, all right. Let's exit off of Meta Street. Best Figure 125 Plus released in 2019. Onslaught with 47 votes, and then Thanos Ultra Chase at 37.
I think I take issue with this. I'm obviously a big fan of Onslaught, but Thanos has shown up this year, right? He's made top 8s in a lot of big tournaments. He was top 8 in Nats.
He was top 2 in Chicago.
Yep, top 16 in Worlds, a couple of them. So yeah, I think he should outpace Onslaught probably. I still think he's really good. He's a solid option. He's annoying. Yeah, I mean,
it's not like he ran away with it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. It was closer.
Yeah.
Given the overall amount of votes.
But Onslaught hasn't won anything.
Onslaught hasn't really had any time to shine, has he? I mean,
the problem is tournament. Here's where it comes in. Onslaught dominates Pauper.
That's true. He did.
And Thanos is $200.
Also true.
You could run 15,000 points of Onslaughts for $200.
Yeah. That's fair.
So that probably what is determining what is a best figure.
Yeah. I also think
that plays into it.
Some people are probably salty, and I understand why. Because when WizKids first came out with Ultra Chases, they were like, Ultra Chases are not going to be meta figures, right? These are just collector's pieces. And now...
well, I mean, they've had 2 this year,
that
right?
Been good, yeah.
Yeah.
Chase Captain Marvel, people forget, but he won a lot of WKOs. Won like 6 or something.
Yeah, he won like all of them in Texas and Oklahoma when he first came out.
Yeah. Jace, or no.
It was Caleb Reddick.
Caleb Reddick, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He I think he won 3 events of it or something.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Caleb was whipping butt with it.
Yeah, so I think that flew under the radar too. So that there could be some resentment there for Ultra Chases, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that if Thanos is a solid, if Onslaught won, Thanos is certainly a solid second.
Second,
right?
Sure, yeah.
It's like saying you got second at it's like saying you got second at a running event and oh gosh, what's his name?
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt won.
Bolt. Yeah.
You know, you're like, well, dang, I lost to Usain Bolt. Gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
2019 set of the year. And I don't think there was any surprise here. Avengers, Black Panther, and the Illuminati.
By a mile.
Yeah.
84 to 26 was the second. Second was Dark Phoenix, and then WWE, and then Rebirth.
Yeah. And I'll read Joe Gutierrez's comment here because it's actually, I think, summarizes it really well. Mm-hmm. He says Black Panther by a mile, while it had some chaff, it stands out as a set that had some legitimately great common and uncommon pieces playable at the competitive level. I feel WizKids had gotten away from doing that over the last few years.
Yeah, I agree. That's probably a big point for a lot of people is that the common, all rarities were good in AVP. Not AVP. That's the Alien versus Predator. Black Panther.
ABPI.
Yeah, ABPI. And it probably should be set of the year, but my favorite was Dark Phoenix because I like colossal figures, and there was a lot of meta stuff in that one. But APPI had all the gems and everything too, right? Resources, Kovac.
Yeah.
So it probably deserves it. It definitely deserves it. I'm just being a little salty.
Yeah, I mean, what won it last year, Jason? Did AI win it last year?
I think so.
Think so, yeah.
I mean, that
I
makes
have to
sense.
go back and look for
It could have been
but
X-Men, I guess. Last year could have been X-Men too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but it just makes sense. It was a really good set.
Yeah.
It set the meta for probably the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I mean, and those objects go on
others teams.
The problem is I don't say the problem, but the pulling ahead comes with the objects.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, it's just crazy how good the objects are from that set.
Yep.
I think that leaves us with our last one, 2019 Meta Figure of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of pulling ahead here was 63 votes was Kovac.
Yeah. And that is well deserved, obviously.
I mean, go ahead.
I mean, she just keeps winning. She's won since she was released. Since the week she was released.
Right. So. And then on top of that, again, it goes back to she is the gatekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if your team has no defense from getting its team ability stripped away from it and getting blasted, you lose to Kovac.
Yep. Yeah, she definitely shapes the meta right now.
Right.
I mean, you can't play one-man armies because of Kovac. You can't play WWE figures very effectively because of Kovac. So you're and that affects other teams in the meta, like not having to deal with those. So yeah, it sort of all stems from her right now.
Right, and so like what is surprising to me is that on the Majestic circuit, the WWE team won, but there's no one calling in Kovac with their Shield ID.
Oh, I forgot you could do that.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's like a huge miss for me for those guys. Is like they should just be calling in their Kovac ID to take away their WWE team ability and just nuke one off the planet.
That'd be kind of cool.
So now you don't get her cube, obviously.
Right.
When you call her in.
Still good.
But yeah, you can still rewrite affiliations. And you can also rewrite history.
If that happens, yeah.
If that's relevant for your team off of an ID, so.
That would be kind of cool to call her in and then use that. That'd be cool. Yeah, if someone found a way to, and it's golden, so there's a lot of options.
Yeah, exactly. So
that would be cool.
Yeah.
So I think Kovac has definitely made her impact in Modern, and she should be making a bigger impact in Bronze Age, Rock Age. So second place was Q Prime.
Makes sense.
100%. One Worlds. Keeps making is another gatekeeper, right?
Just annoying.
Yeah. Trader was a solid third place. Yeah.
I just Shade the Changer Girl made the list. His DJ voted for her once. That makes me laugh.
I think that's what's so exciting right now is that you have to be prepped for so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like in that Shade example, right? Like she takes 6 clicks to kill at 45 points.
Yeah.
So
you have to know that. Well, now you don't.
Well, now you don't.
You have to be ready for it.
Yeah, so you have to be ready for her to voop over. You have to be able to outwit shape change because you just don't let her get shape change.
Yeah.
Because that's bad.
Yes,
you have to be able to outwit her shape change, reliably hit a 19
for 6 damage.
Or for 6 damage. I'm sorry, that's wrong. It's not an 18. You have to be able to reliably hit a 20 for 6 damage.
Depending on perplexes?
Well, so she would, most likely, she's going to perplex her defense to a 19 and then be in a heavy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're assuming range, yeah.
Well, yeah, and there could be close. But there's also could be a perplex on the back line.
Yeah.
Flexes her up before she's sent over. So I would probably just assume a 20 or a 21.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if not, she's going to be able to call out all these awesome X-Men figures at 40 points and nuke you.
Yeah.
I mean, Beast is 11 for 4 at 40 points. That's a nuke for 40 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if he picks up his light, he's 11 for 5.
Yep.
And the perplex from her. So he's freaking 11 for 6 sometimes.
Well, you can do all that. Yeah. And now you can call in, Dark Phoenix, or not Dark Phoenix, regular Phoenix. You can call for poison. You can call in Iceman if they have a bunch of Colossals.
Yep.
There's just a bunch of options now.
Oh, yeah.
Magneto's good.
25-point Magneto is really good.
You have to deal with it.
Right. So DJ, we do love Shade the Changing.
I don't love her. I like her. She's cool.
Well, you have to definitely be prepped for her, and that's what I like about the meta right now, is that you have to be prepped for so many different things.
I thought it was kind of interesting here that Q Prime got 47 votes and Wendigo got 4, but then in the 1 to 30 category, Wendigo beat Q.
Well, I think it's because in that category,
Mr. Oz beat Trader.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just one of those things.
I know why. It's meta figure of the year doesn't have to be best figure right now, Because it's like that year that they nerfed Jakeem. So at the end of the year he wasn't doing anything, but for 8 months he was the meta, so he could get meta figure of the year.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't good at that time, you know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Let's I think 2019 was a good year.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
2020
shaping up to be really good. Captain America is just right around the corner.
When's that? February?
No, pre-releases start in January.
Oh.
Like the 22nd?
Dang.
Is what the solicit says.
I need to schedule that then.
Yeah, like the 22nd is when the pre-release is scheduled. So, pretty sure that's what I saw on Realms.
Okay.
And then the reset releases the first part of February.
Yeah, I'll have to... That means previews should be coming soon.
Yeah, it shows you how much I'm out of it.
Yeah, I'm really hoping previews start soon. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I don't know how much. Like theme-wise, I'm not super excited about the set. I've never been a huge Captain America fan.
Well, I mean that's just because Cap is usually wrong.
Yeah. I think he's like Superman, where the best Captain America stories are when he turns evil. Just like the best Superman stories are when he turns evil.
I would tend to agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to disagree.
Did you see DC Animated's coming out with Red Sun Superman? I'm pretty hyped about that.
Yeah, I did.
Pretty hyped about that one.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Well, I think the problem is that like Superman and Captain America, they're not realistic. Like you just can't always be that good. Like, yeah, I get it. Okay, you're America's sweetheart. But come on. Like, Captain America crop dusts the grocery aisle.
Something. Yeah.
Like he does something regularly, okay?
He's like a furry or something in his spare time.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, I'm not judging. Just he's not the picture perfect thing, you know.
Right. So whereas like Iron Man, he's not perfect. He drinks. You know, he does things
kind
wrong.
Of a whore.
Yeah. He has multiple lady friends, alien lady friends.
Yeah. What was that?
Same thing with Batman, right? I think that's why people are like, Batman's better than Superman.
Yeah, or Wolverine, or you just want a character with more depth.
Yeah, I want more depth, right? We all know that Superman is better than Batman.
Yeah.
Because if Superman wanted to, he could punch Batman into next year.
But he won't.
But he won't, and that's why he's not better than Batman.
Yeah. That's why the best Superman stories are the ones where he turns evil.
Right.
They're all cool. Injustice, Red Sun Superman.
Oh, Red Sun was just fantastic read.
Red Sun is amazing. The Dark Knight, where Superman is sort of like, he's not bad, but he's like, you know, a government toady or whatever. Yeah.
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 So, all right. Well, let's hop into our listener questions. Jason Silliman, what would be good for DC Colossals? There are so many Marvel, we need some DC retaliation. Well, we did get them. I think Jason's still pretty new. So if you go back and look at the Superman Wonder Woman set, we did get DC Colossals a couple of years ago. They actually started the whole Colossal retaliation.
Yeah, they were the first ones.
They were.
But we have had, we've had 3 Marvel sets with DC.
3 Marvel sets?
3 Marvel sets with Colossals.
It's been 4 years since Superman Wonder Woman was released.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that Proteus sculpt is begging to be a chemo.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously chemo. Chemo's a good one. There's a lot of good options though.
Well, I'll go ahead and plug it for Jay Solomon here. We need a new Atom Smasher.
Sure. Also in the same vein as Spectre. He was JSA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We needed I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but an Apache Chief, a Colossal, that would make a lot of sense.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes. That'd be amazing.
You could do all the figures that aren't super big, but you could make a giant Apocalypse as a 2x2, right? Or
wait a minute, the DC Apocalypse? What?
Or not? Sorry, Darkseid.
Oh, Darkseid.
He's from Apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, so they made Juggernaut and stuff, right? I mean, you can make a Darkseid that big.
Yeah, Darkseid, Mongol, King Shark.
I don't think King Shark's that big.
No? What am I thinking of? There's a giant shark. Isn't it King Shark? What am I thinking of?
King Shark's not that size.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know who you're thinking of. But I guess if you want to just put Jaws in there, why not, right?
Yeah. But there's... I mean, Nebula got a 2x2, right? So they have things...
Right. Yeah.
Right. It says Darkseid is 8 foot 9 inches tall.
Yeah, it depends on the version though. In New 52, he was huge.
Oh.
Yeah, like Justice League War, the animated movie. Yeah,
he was huge. That was the size he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could use a fresh Anti-Monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic ones.
I'm just looking. I'm just trying to Google some that I can't remember
I don't know DC as much as like for the big stuff, you know. Like, I don't know
Mojo?
the Living Tribunal version.
I'm sorry, Mogo.
Mogo the Living Planet, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be badass.
A Green Lantern Colossal. We've never had anything like that, right? Just a Green Lantern like in a suit of armor or something, you know.
Has a Green Lantern gotten in his suit of armor like that?
Well, no, just like
Sinestro like that.
Just like a giant construct, you know. You could make a colossal Green Lantern sculpt, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Or even do like a shifting focus Green Lantern thing, like it could be make a plane or a bulldozer or whatever.
Yeah, we could actually get
That'd be kind of cool.
If we actually got the oh shoot, Hal Jordan jet. Who's Hal Jordan's girlfriend?
Anna Faris?
Yes, the Ferris jet. That was
Carol Ferris. Carol Ferris.
Yeah.
Oh,
did you say Anna Faris?
I did. Never mind.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Carol Ferris, obviously.
You could do Giganta. You could do like Colossal Boy from Legion of Superheroes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just actually, you know what? Funny you just mentioned him. I just pulled him up in an article because I'm just looking at some of the DC bigger ones.
What's the DC version of Giganto? You could do that with Aquaman.
Oh, I don't know.
Giant whale and Aquaman.
I don't know.
I want that figure made.
I guess we could be getting a new Dr. Manhattan since they're technically DC now.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, so
Trigon.
Tyler, do you know Adventure Time?
Yeah.
Does the dog
Trigon,
grow in size?
Yeah, he's a shapeshifter. He can change his size and shape.
Huh.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I'm just reading an article trying to look for things I wasn't thinking about.
I just don't know enough about the DC. Like, I don't know who the Living Tribunal is for DC. I guess it would be the Spectre.
Living Tribunal is a Marvel character.
I know, but like that that level of the DC universe, because I know they have like the Presence, and then like below them is like Lucifer and Michael, but I don't know the cosmic level beings for DC. I guess.
Mongol is that big.
No, that's not.
I don't think they have like the abstract characters in DC.
Oh,
like
they do. Kismet, right? That's the DC. That's like Eternity for DC, I think.
Kismet is a Marvel guy.
Kismet is?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we just got a figure of her.
Yeah, she makes the pogs for Jason Weingard.
Okay, that's something different then, because there's a Kismet in DC that's like Eternity. 100%.
Huh.
Let me look this up because I know I'm not wrong. Ati, New Earth DC database, Kismet. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. It's like she's like Eternity.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all these lists that I'm looking at are the same thing. But all right. Jacob Marcus brings up a good point. With OMAs being more tempting, are Trouble Alerts going to be more popular? And do you think the bad guys chases in the upcoming DC set could be Trouble Alert like? What are your top 3 Trouble Alerts for Sidelines? So OMA, I think OMA is becoming an option again.
Even with what's your face, Kobik?
Well, so the thing is that like if you're so it all comes down to statistics. I think if you're not worried about winning an event and maybe getting to second place, because there's a large contingent of your Kobik trader players that are leaning towards playing, say, a bunch of Wendigos.
Yeah, that's true. There wasn't that many Kobik traders in Chicago.
Right.
The one it won, but
yeah, except the one that won. But so it comes down to in that field, probably an OMA would do fine in that field until the top match.
And then you just handshake.
Yeah, then you're just like, prove to me that you can get across the map in one turn. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Prove to me that you can do it. Okay, you won map. Okay, thank you. Let's go home.
Yeah. I mean, I know I need to use more. I only brought a Firestorm, and I desperately wanted more in all of my games in Chicago. So
yeah. So I mean, I think top 3. I think that may have changed just a little bit. Firestorm's definitely number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything's changed there. I think that Wonder Woman comes to number 2.
I agree. She's always been my number 2.
Yeah, I love her.
Lockjaw usage has increased.
Yeah, and she's just like, I like Wonder Woman because if you miss your 3rd thing on your 4th action, you can still pop her out and she can affect the map that turn. I really like that because that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she's 2nd.
Yeah, and then number 3 is really up for debate, probably.
Batman's good.
Batman, Flash.
Flash, that's prob.
Yeah. Even Green Lantern, still good.
Yeah, depending on the team that you have. Those are probably the 3.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 next. I would say Batman, just because I like the outwit option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Young, what were pieces released in 2019 do you think were overlooked? I think Weingard could have made a bigger impact at Rock Cup, but it's just now coming around to its at the end
Zenith.
of the year. Yeah. Well, Zenith would mean the top of it, right? I think he's on the rise. He's not topped out.
That's true. I still think that Barbatos is being overlooked. That's a good piece.
Oh man, Barbie Toes.
I think you have to. It sucks that he's a giant, though. If you could equip him, he'd be so much better. He's got the right keywords. He does stuff that's just broken. It just you'd have to find a way to maximize that while minimizing his fragility, I guess.
Yeah. Does he have stealth? He has Batman.
He has straight stealth, yeah. Or team ability stealth.
Right.
Yeah. So.
I think he'd be better if he had Ruler, so that he could take advantage of the 10-point retails.
Yeah, that's fair.
And obviously there's Carnage because he has Monster. But I'm thinking of the other Proteus.
Yeah, to protect him.
Yeah. Well, and I'm way off track there because that one's 10. But also there's the one that's 20 that's good too. But
yeah.
Luke Baker, this is a fun one. If we had gotten a holiday figure this year, who would you want to see and why?
Ooh.
What powers and point value would they have?
I feel like they gotta save Santa, right? Because you gotta do everything else, and then he's like the last one.
No, I want Santa now.
Okay, what's your ideal Santa build? How many points is he? 300?
I don't know.
More?
Maybe he needs to have like a multiple point dial, like 300, 200, 100.
Yeah, I agree. Santa's like an abstract.
And he needs like the X-Men team ability and the Snowflake team ability.
He's not getting the X-Men.
He's a mutant after all.
He's a mutant, but he's not.
He's a mutant in Marvel continuity.
He's not an X-Man.
He's Santa. He's Santa. He could be.
Just give him
all
Snowflake.
All mutants are together now. Okay. So yeah, he can totally be that.
No, give him the Brotherhood. He's evil. Santa would be cool.
You know, this is recorded before Christmas.
What kind of powers he would have.
This is recorded before Christmas, so Santa Claus is awesome.
That's fair. Dude, he could do a thing. It'd be like maybe like a weird perplex power or something, where like naughty and nice lists, or like he gives your allies presents and gives enemies like coal coal tokens. That would be pretty cool. Or like if they hit you, they make the naughty list, and they'll something. There's a lot you could do with that.
Yeah, like you put them on the list and like giving them like negative stat bumps.
Yeah. It's obvious. Yeah, someone could make a really good Santa dial. I think it should be. Oh, do you want to go?
No, I've got mine.
Okay.
A 2x2 giant Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Wait, why would he be 2x2?
Because reindeer are fucking huge, dude.
They're not bigger than the Hulk. Rudolph was my pick, by the way.
Well, let's see. Hold on. Reindeer. Hold on. Let me just figure this out. Reindeer size.
I know they're huge. They're like mooses.
Yeah.
Mouse.
They're like 7 foot long, and they're like 5 feet tall, and they weigh like 400 pounds. That's a giant.
No. But yeah, I think like an adult badass Rudolph would be awesome. Charged blades, special power, all obscuring.
He has to see through stealth, right?
Well, all obscuring terrain on the map is clear terrain, and like hindering within 8 squares, the street is clear for line of fire or something like that. Passenger 2.
Yeah.
So since we agreed on that one, I'll go with my backup pick. Father Time.
That's not a. Oh, was he in one of those specials?
He's in the Jacob Marley story. The Scrooge. Yeah, he's the like, no, is it? Hold on, no, that's not right.
Ghost of Christmas Present or whatever.
He's not in A Christmas Carol.
No, he's not in A Christmas Carol. But he's a holiday character.
Yep. No.
Yeah.
But if anything, it'd be New Year's.
But Jack Frost is not a Christmas character.
Yeah, but it's a holiday. It's a holiday figure, not
a holiday figure, not a Christmas figure. Yeah, exactly. So like Father Time could be like Jack Frost.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jack Hawksmoor.
No, Jack Frost.
No. Father Time would be like Jack Hawksmoor in Powers.
Oh, okay.
Like if you don't move, you start to take damage and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Or like if you don't make an attack or something after so many turns, the game ends. So we can just break in with like a hard barrier team.
Yeah.
Like if your opponent doesn't attack you within 2 turns, the game's just over. Like time's up.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like things that encourage barrier.
What? You Barrier's always good. But there's a lot of different options. We could have like Baby New Year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's supposed to be Christmas theme. I think we're reaching.
Jack Frost is not.
I would consider Jack Frost Christmas.
The Abominable Snowman. He is definitely like scary.
Yeah, but he was in the Christmas movies. Like the dentist fixed his tooth. And Cornelius.
Yeah, we had Yukon Cornelius to go with him.
Yeah, silver and gold. He can outwit gray and brown powers.
Okay, what about this? What about Hanukkah Harry?
Hanukkah what?
Hanukkah Harry.
Who is Hanukkah Harry? I've never heard of this.
He was a fictional character on Saturday Night Live played by John Lovitz.
No, we could do like a generic Maccabee figure. You could make the like tribe of the Maccabees who lit the torches for Hanukkah. Okay. I don't know what they would do.
Fair enough. Oh, let's see. Christmas characters. I don't know. Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim? That'd be good. That'd be solid.
Yeah. All right. Our last question for tonight comes from Brian Estes. How important do you think streaming is in the growth of the game tournament scene, and do you think it becoming more widespread in the coming year? I think it certainly helps.
There's an interest for it, right? And just having things like that you can look back on games helps a lot for learning how teams work and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's definitely probably room for improvement. My favorite one was not this last year, but the year before's Rock Cup, where like the casters there were casters, right? If it's ever going to be like an actual thing, you'll need casters to explain the play-by-play.
Yes.
Because that just adds so much to it. Makes it way easier to watch. But so the casters could hear the game, but the audience couldn't hear the game. They could just see it, and then the casters would tell them what's going on. I really like that setup a lot.
But only if you have casters that understand what's going on and why.
Yeah, they have to have experience with meta for sure.
So I think there's a couple of issues to overcome. Now there's one way to solve this one. A lot of stores have crappy internet.
Yeah.
If you're going to stream games from an event, the stores have to have good internet. Now, otherwise you're stuck recording them and uploading them later, which is fine, but everybody needs to be timely with their uploads.
Yep.
So that's where that kind of issue comes in. Now, the webcams and the angles and the mic all come into play, and folks kind of probably need to practice a little bit more with that. Mm-hmm. We don't have that perfect for our streams yet. So folks need to realize that top down is not necessarily the best view. It's more like towards the side, with good microphones. And we don't get that perfect all the time either. But it certainly helps. And but it certainly helps to stream and record games.
Yeah, I think that there's room for improvement and there's demand for improvement. So I do think it'll get better.
Right. I mean, I would certainly prefer if I could stream HeroClix as a living and be like Ninja, getting $1 million a month.
Or more than that, probably.
Yeah, no, Ninja got $1 million a month to go stream for Mixer.
That is unconfirmed.
No,
it's probably true.
What? That wasn't like an article.
There's speculation about it, but his actual contract hasn't been leaked.
Oh gosh, okay, whatever. Ninja makes $1 million a month. I'm pretty sure on that one. Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
So, well, guys, I don't know if we're gonna be able to record again before the end of the year. So let's do our year-end roundtable of thoughts. Tyler, go.
It's a lot of pressure. It was a great year for HeroClix. A lot of good sets. It's probably been the best year set wise since I've started playing again. Like there was a lot of good stuff coming out this year. It completely shifted entirely this year. So I think WizKids is doing better in set design. I think AVPI was a big point for them for that. Hope they keep that up. WWE came out, so there's they're introducing more IPs and stuff. Let's hope they keep doing that. Good year. Look forward to next year. That's it.
Jason?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was a solid year. This is probably the best Worlds we had, right, in a while.
Oh, yeah.
This year. I think they finally got that right this year. If they just give us a little more lead time next year, that would help. And like you said, there was a lot of solid stuff, a lot of fun stuff that came out this year. WWE was really fun. So I look forward to another WWE set next year. That should be fun, too.
Yeah, we've gotten teased with that so far.
Yeah, we have got teased that a couple times. So I think they did a lot of good things in the right direction this year. Hopefully they keep it up.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll start out with certainly Worlds was the absolute best I've ever attended. I didn't attend the Gen Con events, but Nationals felt like it was its own separate win for Patrick. It wasn't just looped in with Worlds. And the same thing with Isaac's win, but there wasn't the Pittsburgh fiasco, Philly fiasco later in the year. So Worlds was absolutely phenomenal this year. Definitely the best it's been since Gen Con from all accounts. The sets were great this year. As far as the podcast goes, we've grown our listener base. We've launched our YouTube channel, grown it pretty well this year. We've brought on Troll and Toad as a sponsor, doing more giveaways. I think I added it up. We've given away a little bit over $1,000 in product and gift card, or what I call gift money this year.
Nice.
So I think that's pretty much the most of any other HeroClix podcast has ever done as far as giveaways. So we couldn't have done that without the support of our listeners and the folks in our YouTube channel, our Facebook group, and our Facebook page supporting the channel. So that's just been I can't thank the listeners and our supporters and Patreon supporters enough. You guys make this happen every week for us. And then personally for Sam and I, we've been able to win some HeroClix. Sam won 2 regionals while she was pregnant. I've won some events this year after having with a newborn.
Yeah, I was gonna say you also had a baby.
So with a baby in tow, so top 8'd at Worlds. Tyler, you top 8'd at Worlds. While we didn't necessarily quote unquote back up our Worlds wins from 2018, someone said it. I think it was Jesse Cote that said it. We lived our story and did well doing it again the next year.
I like that.
You came back with your whales. I came back with uni. We placed top 8 with the team that we've perfected throughout its what I'd call its storyline. From when a set was released to when it's retired is kind of its storyline, right?
Yeah, there's up and downs. Yeah.
So, I couldn't have asked for a better year for us, and I'm looking forward to doing more for 2020. I know we've got some big things coming up, and I'll say this. I don't usually mention this one, Tyler. I hope we get to see your figure next year. You do not have to say a single word, because I absolutely have no idea what your figure is, when it's going to be released, what it is. Just a full disclaimer. But I will say one of the things I'm looking forward to in 2020 is I hope we get your figure.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
So, my maps are out there now. I'm super excited about having the maps. I'm super excited about getting your figure in the game, and just having those personal accomplishments out there, and then having that many Clickstuff game elements legal at once. So I'm gonna laugh if you just got a re-release of Mini Shredder. You don't have to respond to that. I'm not probing for information, but if you were like, I would like a figure called Shredder Mini.
Micro Shredder. No, it'd be like Micro Blender or something.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So,
Mike would be happy.
Again, I'm not probing you or anything. I know you've got a very strict NDA, so I think that's the most I've ever probed you the entire time. So,
yep.
Anyways, hope everybody has a good rest of your holiday season. And going into the new year, have a good new year. Be safe. Enjoy some time with your family. Thanks for listening to Clickstuff, and we'll talk to y'all next time.
Happy holidays.
Later.